like if you found the video valuable. Eleanor Graves had inherited many strange things from her uncle's estate, but nothing as peculiar as the old Remington typewriter. A dusty relic from the 1940s, its keys were stiff, the ribbon nearly gone, and the carriage clattered loudly with every return. Yet, it still worked, almost too well. She placed it in her study, more as a decoration than a tool. But the first night, as rain tapped against the windows, she heard the soft clack, clack, clack of the typewriter. Alone in the house, she assumed it was just the wind or the house settling. The next morning, a single page sat in the tray. He waits beneath the floorboards. Ask the woman with the red scarf. Eleanor blinked at the typewritten message. No one had access to the house. No friends nearby. No neighbors she trusted enough to prank her like this. And she hadn't typed anything herself. She crumpled the page and tossed it in the bin. That night, the same sound returned. Clack, clack, ding. Another page appeared. She's lying. Look inside the phonograph. Heart pounding, Eleanor examined the phonograph in the corner of the room, another of her uncle's odd antiques. Inside, tucked under the turntable, she found an envelope. It contained an old photograph. Her uncle as a young man, arm in arm with a woman wearing a bright red scarf. Behind them, barely noticeable, was a shadowy figure peering from a window. Suddenly, the mystery took shape. The woman, the red scarf, the warnings. Eleanor tracked down the woman. Her name was Mabel, and she was in her 90s now, living in a care home outside town. Mabel was hesitant to speak at first, but the mention of the typewriter made her face go pale. That thing should have been burned years ago, she whispered. Your uncle, he got obsessed with it. Said it knew things no one else could. Was it haunted? Eleanor asked. Mabel shook her head slowly. Not haunted. Listening. It typed answers to questions you didn't even know you asked. But it lied when it wanted to. And sometimes, it punished people. Back home, Eleanor was tempted to throw the typewriter out. But curiosity won. That night, she sat before it and typed a question. Who killed my uncle? The keys began to move on their own. You did. Eleanor laughed nervously. She hadn't even been in town when her uncle passed. Natural causes, the coroner had said. But the typewriter wasn't done. The tea, the visit, the resentment. Suddenly, memories she had buried began surfacing. The argument, the bitterness over being excluded from his will years ago. The surprise visit, the cup of tea. He had complained of stomach pain a few days later. But that was all coincidence, wasn't it? The typewriter continued. You wanted answers. Now you have them. She reached for the sheet to tear it free, but her hand stopped. The typewriter wasn't done. The police will find this. They always do. Frozen in her chair, Eleanor realized what was happening. It was writing her confession, one she hadn't even fully accepted until now. And she couldn't stop it. The next morning, the neighbors called the authorities. They'd heard the clattering of keys all night. No one answered the door. When the police arrived, they found Eleanor slumped in the chair, eyes wide with terror. The final page still sat in the tray, stained by ink and something darker. I thought I could control it. I was wrong. The typewriter knows everything.